Hello, my friends. Story time with Mrs. Beth again. Hey, I have a big shout out to all my girlfriends. Older girlfriends, younger girlfriends, all my friends that are girls, because we are all princesses. I have a story today from Disney. The Princess and the Frog, called Princess Tiana and the Royal Ball. Let's read it together. The Princess and the Frog, Princess Tiana and the Royal Ball. A crowd of hungry people was lined up at Tiana's palace, waiting for their chance to sample the restaurant's famous baguettes. It was rumored throughout all of New Orleans that the pastries were magical. They made dreams come true. After all, look at what happened to Tiana. She'd become a frog, fallen in love, married a frog prince, and become a royal princess. To top it all off, she now owned the restaurant of her dreams. As Princess Tiana looked out over the elegant dining room, Sam, the restaurant's maitre d', handed her an envelope. "This just arrived, madame." A moment later, Princess Tiana heard a familiar voice. "You, Tia!" It was Charlotte, Princess Tiana's best friend. "I was just out doing a little shopping and thought I'd say a quick how-do." Tiana rushed to greet her friend. "Wait!" Charlotte held up her hand. "I must greet you proper-like. I know royal protocol, Princess Tiana." She curtsied, sweeping her arm elaborately. "Oh, Lottie, stop it!" Tiana giggled and pulled Charlotte into a big bear hug. They were such great friends. Charlotte's eyes fell on the envelope that Princess Tiana had just received. She plucked it out of her friend's hand. She lifted the envelope to her ear and shook it. Then she ran her fingers along the elegant lettering and carefully inspected the gold seal. "If this is what I think it is, you're about to have the thrill of your life," Charlotte said excitedly. Tiana rolled her eyes and began to open the envelope ever so slowly. Charlotte waited and waited. "Open it!" she shrieked, when she couldn't stand the suspense and excitement any longer. Tiana pulled out a fancy invitation. "Navin's mother and father are in town. They're inviting Navin and me to a royal ball tonight." "I knew it!" Charlotte exploded. "Oh, Tia, do you know what this means? Do you? It's only your first ball to show the world that you are a real-life princess," Charlotte explained. Tiana sighed. "I know I'm a princess. I don't have to prove it to the world." "Oh, of course, I know that you're Princess Cherie, but this is your moment to shine as Princess Tiana." Charlotte whipped a thick book from her purse. "Good thing I always carry this," she said. The Princess Handbook. "We've got so much work to do. We have to find you a dress, pick out your shoes, style your hair. Oh, how about we start with lunch? Princesses do need to eat," Tiana said. In just a few moments, the waiter came by. Charlotte wagged her finger. "You're not really going to eat that, are you?" "Why not?" Tiana frowned. "This is my daddy's famous soup gumbo." "As a princess, you must eat only the best and fanciest cuisine. See? It says here right in the book." Charlotte pointed to the page in the handbook. Tiana sighed. Well, maybe she ought to give Charlotte's rules a chance. After all, Charlotte, Lottie, had been studying to be a princess her whole life. After lunch, Tiana was ready to do some work. We have a royal ball to prepare for. A royal ball, Charlotte said. We've got, at least to try on a few gowns. Tiana remembered a shimmering gold and cream gown that her mother had made. Then she saw what the handbook said. The handbook said a princess must always wear a new dress to a ball. But there's no way Mama can make one in time. Said Tiana, what should we do? Before long, Charlotte had taken her friend to the finest dress shop in New Orleans. Tiana tried on one dress, then another, and another. Oh, Lottie, you've dressed me up like a peppermint stick, a pineapple, and now a pumpkin, Tiana said. Seems like I'm shopping for dinner instead of a ball. I'll have you know that these are the latest designs from Paris. That's how we say Paris, by the way. Charlotte crossed her arms. A princess must be aware of the latest fashions and trends, she said. Just then, Sam burst into the shop, which was just across the street from the restaurant. Sorry, Princess, but we have an emergency. Chef Henry changed the baguette recipe, and the customers are sending them back. The princess set the ball gowns aside, and she left. Just a second, let's see what the handbook has to say, Charlotte said, trailing after Tiana. Chef Henry, what's this about you changing the baguettes? Oh, well, they are, plain, no? The chef replied. I wanted to make them a little fancier. Tiana remembered how her daddy used the simplest ingredients to stir up a pot of something wonderful. Fancy doesn't always mean better, she said. You're right, madame, Chef Henry agreed. Please forgive me. Tiana smiled at Henry. But he changed your recipe! A princess would never forgive such behavior, Charlotte said. The handbook says, Lottie. Charlotte, said Tiana, I've had enough of your old handbook. A real princess understands that everyone makes mistakes sometimes. As she spoke, Tiana realized that she didn't need a bunch of silly rules to tell her how to be a princess. All she needed to do was follow her own heart. I'm sorry, Tia, I'm so sorry. I was just trying to help, Charlotte apologized. I know you meant well, chérie, Tiana said. She grinned mischievously. How do you really want to help? Charlotte nodded. Well, will you accompany Prince Naveen and me to the ball tonight? Oh, yes! Charlotte clapped her hands together. She was so excited. At the ball, royal trumpets announced the arrival of Princess Tiana and Prince Naveen and Charlotte. Princess Tiana floated gracefully into the room, greeting the other guests as warmly as she did the customers at her restaurant. Being a princess came naturally to Tiana. She was a true princess. Charlotte tapped Tiana's shoulder. There's just one more rule every princess should know. Have fun! Now that's a rule to live by, Tiana said, as she danced under the stars with her prince. What a cute story. Princess Tiana. She was a true princess. She didn't need a book to tell her how to be nice and kind and elegant. She just followed her heart, and she was a true princess. I hope you have a great day, my friends. Hope you enjoyed the story. See you next time.